as I get older, statements cause arguments. People that always make statements, they're always arguing. Always. And you can't recruit people if you argue with people. Right? Like, no one wants to be around an argumentative person. It is the most tiring type of person to be around. Always arguing, always making statements. It's like, shut up. Right? People always make statements. They just love hearing themselves talk. It's just stupid, man. It's just so dumb. It really is. Like, that's why you always lead with questions. Questions have to just be such an innate part of your thinking and brain, because that's how it is how you pull people. The statements, not only they push, they cause arguments. And and no one wants to lose an argument, but I don't even want to get in an argument. Right? You're tired probably because you argue a lot. I'm being for real. That's not. I mean, I was super argumentative when I was younger, right? It's dumb. Okay. Quantity to find quality. You want stars, right? I was texting a couple people, right? And what's happening in the finals, right? Everybody knows the Warriors and the Raptors are playing, and the Warriors are probably the greatest team ever. One of the greatest team ever, and the Raptors are just another team. Okay, but what's happening with the Warriors? They're hurt. They're all hurt, right? And so I texted my friends, and I was like, "Hey, I fell asleep, man. I fell asleep. I stopped really paying attention when the Warriors put their bench players in." I go, "Oh, sorry, that was the whole game, right?" Because we want stars, man. I literally don't know the players on the team. I was like, "Who is this guy?" I thought Andrew Bogut retired 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We want stars. You want stars. You build this business with stars, man. And stars are not the resume. It's not how they look, but they're a high quality person of work ethic, integrity, character, ambition, drive, goals. So if you recruit 1, you got the best out of 1. If you recruit 10, you get the best out of 10. If you recruit 100, you got the best out of 100. I was talking to Ricky, right? Because Ricky's a coach, right? And I was like, he was telling me about different things with lacrosse, right? The teams. And I was like, well, what categorizes the different levels of schools? And what'd you say? How many kids they have in the school, right? That's the main thing. Like, I was in a big school because we had 500 kids in each class. So, and I don't know how big the schools are now, but that was a long time ago. 20 years ago, that was a big class. So our school had 2,000 kids. So when we go play against like Loudoun County or in Gaines Normanette, we would slaughter those teams because they had half the school. Their class was like 120 people in their class. They had 500 kids total. We would destroy them. There weren't athletes there. Like, I would want to move there because I would be the star player because there wasn't enough people. But here, you play in a graduating class that's 500 kids, 2,000. I remember, like, our basketball team, everybody went to college. They may not play D3, D2, D1, but D2 or everybody went to college. If you played, you went to college. You played. If you can recruit 3 people, you got the best out of 3. Can you get a star like that? Maybe. Maybe me collectively as a team, I can do it, but you can't do it. Any one person is unpredictable. But when you have high numbers, the law of averages will work. You got 1 million people, 30% heart disease. You just like insurance, you can predict exactly what will happen when you have the law of large numbers. Recruiters talk a different language that salespeople don't employ, right? Mm-hmm. Team building, fast growth, compounding, expansion, duplication, multiplication, records, going for number 1. And the leader's number 1 goal, okay? Your number 1 goal is to produce growth. That's your number one goal, to create a winning environment within your team and produce growth. Grow or die. You got to find areas that you are growing in your business, right? More appointments, more clients, greater income. If there is growth happening in your team, a leader's at work. That's your number one goal. It's not to stay stagnant. It's to produce growth. And I'm not talking about personal growth. Obviously, that is part of the job description, but you got to produce growth. If you're not growing, you're not a leader. You got to produce growth. So we showed a video a long time ago, right? The Miguel Illich. I know a couple of people are doing that. These are just some ideas, okay, that you can have. How are you going to carve your time? Start small, right? If you did one name and number, one prospect a day for 30 days, you'd have 30 prospects. That might give you a recruit. One or two. But with your prospecting, it has to be consistent and it should be daily. Okay? Doesn't have to be a lot, but it should be consistent and it should be daily. Start small. I'm not saying you have to go in and go crazy, right? Amanda she came in the other day, and I think she's watched Shondell make a few phone calls and maybe do a few interviews, and then she got on the phones, right? And in this week, you made how many phone calls total? Okay, and granted, she does not know what to do. Okay, she watched Shondell make a few phone calls and saw her do an interview, 2. Did you watch any interviews? None? You watched the video, okay, after you did a couple interviews, right? Now she comes and says, listen to this, okay? Now, obviously, she dresses the part, looks like a recruiter, gets on the phone. She's got some common sense. She can read, right? Right? Because I heard her make one phone call. I started laughing at her, and because she went off the script, right? She's like, yeah, I shouldn't have went off the script. Let me explain it to you. Let's go. She went off the script. Okay, I'll just read the script. Okay? So, how many calls did you make? 85 in how many days? 2 or 3 days. Okay. Wednesday was half a day. Or no, yeah. Tuesday was half a day. Wednesday, Thursday. How many interviews came in? 3. And you got 1 recruit. How many of the 85 calls that you make, how many people did you talk to? Give me a rough number. 20. And how many did you book? 12. And how many have come in so far? 3. Got to recruit. One step, change your whole perspective. It's not about perfection. It's about prospecting. Hesitation will kill you. I don't care what you do. You're thinking forever. You're living with a black cloud over your life. I tell you, get here right away. Get on the phones. Because you start thinking too much, you're going to think. And you're smart, and you're going to be broke. You're an expert, though. Right? That's like, no one wants to be that person, honestly. Like, I know everything, but I'm not doing it. That is like, that's a new kind of stupid. Find something and freaking do it. I don't care what you do, right? If you want to go talk to people, right? I didn't like talking to people. Okay? Now, I didn't like calling people either. But for me, it was the lesser of two evils, right? So I just got on the phones. But if you good, like Samir, you always like talking to people, right? He wants to go out and meet people. I'm not saying like it like that was, no, we'd rather be doing other stuff. But of the things that you like to do, pick one that you will do and that you can get good at. But I still prospected for 6 months before I decided I didn't like it. Not 1 day, not 2 days. I got tons of recruits from that. Tons. But I just found myself more efficient on the phone in the office with other people making calls. So that's what I do. You know, my trainer that taught me, he taught me how to survey. Taught me how to knock on doors. I did that. And he said, hey, the numbers are if you knock for 1 hour, you'll get a good contact. 1 or 2 good contacts every hour. So I did it. And I found that worked. But I didn't like knocking on doors. So then when I sat down with a client and their husband, I would ask for referrals. Or I would tell the recruit, no, we got to set appointments because I don't want to knock doors tonight. Because I wasn't going home. So I went home, I was broke. And if I was broke, I'd string this out forever. So I just got it done. All right? And if you can keep this schedule up, it will work. It will work. If you're home, you're thinking, you're doing stuff, no, you got to find something you're going to do consistently every day, right? So Miguel Illich, who has the fastest growing organization in Primerica history that I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like that. Ever. Okay? There has been nobody that has done what he's done. Okay? The amount of licenses that he has, it's insane. How many licenses do you have? Almost 1,000 now? Yeah, almost 1,000 licenses. And he started in 2012, I don't know. When did he start? 2013. I mean, it's crazy. Okay? So he said, Willie Naranjo, who was his upline, who was at $1.6, $1.7 million, he goes, let me tell you a secret. Nobody works. Nobody works. He goes, what are you talking about? All these people are all making all this money. He goes, no. Let me tell you a secret. Nobody works. Because if you go to work, you'll beat everybody. Right? And then he showed the visual, right? With him walking Diane across the stage. Where he's like, look, you want a goal, you want to hit it fast. He's like, there's my goal. And he's walking Diana. He walks her right to the finish line. He goes, but this is what happens, right? You're walking and your friend said, hey, come here. And you walk this. Hey, come here. And you walk this. But right here, I'll show you Jen. Right? Chandel, stay over there. Right? Say Jen wants to make $500,000. She wants to be an RVP. I said, okay, I'm going to take you there. Just listen to me. And then she wants to walk this way, right? No, Beyonce. No, right? Right? I don't know what it is for you. You guys know it's distracting, right? Because that's happening. But see, if you take your trainer this way, you'll be distracted. And this thing can take a long time if you let it. Because we don't fire you. Right? You can turn that around in a heartbeat. You gotta stay the course, right? So his thing was this, okay, which wow, right? He said, and you can explain the jar system, right? So he has a jar, and he puts in a piece of paper for, okay, so one recruit, one sale, or one license, okay? If you don't do that, then these are the results, okay, for the day. Or you did 3 presentations. If you don't do that, you got 10 numbers. You went out, he's talking about face-to-face prospecting, 10 numbers, right? But that, you got to find ways to play the game with yourself, right? I don't care what you do, right? But you got to do something to find out so you can get yourself, right? I mean, and it's so funny. That's kind of, you know how many people, they're on these, like I said, I watch videos, fitness videos, stuff. I mean, they're on these message boards. They have these group accountabilities. Like in our gym, we have this app where you post and you write an essay about the workout and it's like a review. It's like an Amazon review about the workout. This would happen at this point in time. My body breakdown. I'm like, man, too much information. Okay, but we're into it. It's a community, right? You got to find ways to make this fun for you. You got to take it out. And then what happens? That means what? What was this? What did he say in the training? I forgot. Huh? You're a pretender. That was it.
Yeah, there's something
it's just a visual. Yes. You hear all my guys that I try to work with, that I try to help become great full-timers. They all say one thing, right? 5 KTs a week. Right? Because I heard this a long time ago, and I think it was Tanya Poe, okay? I'm not sure, but it could have been her, okay? And if I say the name, you'll listen. Okay? So, but I think she said, we're obsessed about having a big shot. That's what she said. And she goes, and there's 8531, and we do 8531 a week. I do 8531 a day. Okay? So I got scared when she said that. But I thought the 8531 a week was something I was like, okay, I like that. I can get behind that. And so forget the set. I'm talking about the 5. That's where I got the 5 KTs, right? 5 KTs, because now 8531 was 8 appointments, 5 FNAs, 3 care. But now we close on the 1st. So I came with the number 5 KTs a week. You can do 5 a week. You'll get 3 closes. Some will be carry back. Some will be policy pickups, but you can get 3 closes minimum, especially if you do it every single week. That's where you come up with these numbers to help you play the Primerica game. Play it like a game, you'll win, right? Yeah, this is a good visual of, hey, man, am I growing my activity, which will in turn grow my business? Because at the end of the day, you can really only control you. This is controlling you, right? You control you. But you got to have something, man. You got to have something. Got to have something that you're going to do. You got to have some accountability, right? Checking in. You hide. You run away and hide. Good thing. They're not going to happen for you, right? So I know we're on a recruiting kind of, just for the last half of the year, we're really, I feel like we're very determined right now. And we're getting ready for the convention, which we all need the convention. I'm excited about the convention. Don't succumb, to the excuses. Don't keep your attitude high. Close people on coming. Even if they paid money, they're still going to try to weasel out of it. Okay, you close them, get them to come. It's very important. I was telling somebody the other day, right? When you plant seeds, they grow, right? Right? What's going to happen? That freaking seed could grow into an oak tree, man. Right? It could grow, freaking grow into the biggest oak tree in the world. You have no idea. That's why you put people to these life-changing events, because, and the images, right? The images, they do something to your brain when they see it, right? I mean, I can explain it. I've been there before, but still, when you walk in there and you see it, you're just like, what the heck, right? It's going to be life-changing. It's going to be just out of this world. So make sure that a bunch of people there. We have our Super Saturday tomorrow. Make sure you're here on time and you're ready to set appointments, right? I don't care what your goal is. I care about tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock break, how aggressive you are on those phones. And you got to get to the next level, right? Stop thinking small is big, right? If I say like Donald, right? Donald, you do a good job setting appointments for the 10. 10 is a lot for this office, but you can set 30, right? You can set 20 or 30, right? When I put that audio seat in the meeting with me that were fully licensed, direct to me, right? Like, no, there's more. You can do more, right? You can do more. You can set 20. You can set 30, right? That's how you're going to hit the goals that you want to hit. So let's get after it tomorrow. Oh, our incentive for the month, okay? So all right. So we will do this after we get back from the convention, okay, because we just don't have enough days until the convention. We're going to do King's Dominion. Okay. Now, see your RVP, the qualification, all that stuff. I always want to preface that. But if you do 1 by 1,000, you can come with us. We want more people to come. If you do 2 by 2,000, we'll cover your ticket or see your RVP. Obviously, some people 2 by 2,000 is not enough. I will require more from you. Some people just have to play at a higher level, right? I know sometimes people they think like, well, what do you mean I can pay and come? All right, don't. If you want to put would be sour about it. We want more people to come. I'll pay for you if you do this. That's the wrong way to look at an incentive. I know you can come to my house. My house is just a normal house. It has a pool, awesome. I go to the community pool. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't give a shit what you do. Okay? Well, I could have this. I could have this. I can go to the movies on my own. You're missing the whole point of Primerica. Yeah. Right? I used to drive to Christian David's house. I asked Bruce, could I do an incentive at your house just to see the dream for me? And guess what? I saw it enough, and I worked for it, and now I'm living not the exact same dream. Okay, hopefully one day, but I'm on the same path as them. Because I got around them, I befriended them, I listened to them, and the stuff that they told me would happen is happening, right? So I like thrill rides, I like roller coasters, I like water parks. Make sure you qualify. 1 by 1,000, you can attend. 2 by 2,000, get your ticket covered by the end of the convention, which is the 23rd, 22nd. Yeah, by the 23rd. All right. By the 23rd, we'll go to Kings Dominion. It'll be awesome. All right. Take your first step. Change your whole perspective. All right. Team on three. 1, 2, 3. I couldn't give the questions right here.